Cassian Andor. He's a rebel spy, super bad friend. Give you a hug at the very end. Make that man feel like 100. He's the rogue one for me. Hate you and some, he's not in the show. Is he a fish or a thief? He's Cassian Andor. Cassian Andor. Cassian Andor. With MakingStarWars.net.
Super announcer Mark Hamill. Hi, I'm Jason Ward from MakingStarWars.com, and this is Rob from Spies Like Just, the beef dip website about
Jason,
Hmm?
I love a deep, slow burn political thriller.
Like Spies Like Us. Yeah,
Come on.
who
in basic training wouldn't want to have their hair just poofing out of the fucking
I do want a
CVCs and
beef
shit?
dip called Spies Like Just, though. I do want that. I do want that to be a thing. Aju. Anyways, yeah, so today we're gonna so yesterday everybody in their grandmothers saw Andor, but the people excited for it like us. And you know, it's fine.
Jeez, it's funny. They're all like, it's shocking, it's good. Like, no, what the fuck have you people been, you know?
Well,
I've yet to see like real original takes.
No,
you know, it's just been like, and it's a slow burn, it doesn't have fights. Okay.
I talked to about 6 people last night. Okay. And everyone's like, it's fucking good. Some people were like, it's boring, to be honest with you. It's kind of like I don't know when it's gonna really get going, but you know, it's okay. Like, it's good, it's not bad, it's not offensive, and it's like well made. And then so it's like you know, well, like last night at the screening last night, for instance, it was like 3 episodes. And then the people at home are getting the 4th episode. And I'm not going to go into the deep spoilers on that stuff at this point. Fucking low hanging fruit. There's only one thing I want to talk about today that is semi spoilery, but we're talking like a tidbit that just has implications. And so we'll get into that in a little bit, and then you know, we'll also talk about frivolous nonsense like the strange happenings at my house the last couple of days. So night before last. Oh, one more thing. I'm not just a crazy person who's looking out the windows. My neighbor, what's that part called in your car that they always steal? They fucking steal. It's like melt the metal down. I'm drawing a blank on it right now. I'm drawing a blank on it. I know this. It's so dumb that I forgot right now.
The alternator?
No. Anyways, there's this part that they steal from your car. Not gas. No, but they get about $75 to $200 for it. It costs you about $2,000 to replace it in your Prius. Not cool.
Oh, capitalism.
Yeah, it's fucked. But anyways, so that happened to my neighbor a couple days ago, and it's been something I've always been afraid of. Catalytic converter. Thank you, Left Coast. I appreciate that. Yeah, catalytic converter. Thank you, Dale, as well. Love you, Dale. Thank you. So I've been kind of, you know, kind of got my car like near my windows. Like, I kind of like, you know, when I'm sleeping, I can kind of look out and make sure nothing fishy's going on. So this person pulls out into the driveway and they just park there. They stay there. We're like looking at them. What is this about? And they're there for a long time. Finally, I'm like, this is some fucking bullshit. I'm gonna go out there, you know, like what? And then the person's like,
"You gonna subpoena my phone or not? What's going on?"
It's an old man. It's an old Asian man. Kind of has some Kim Jong-un vibes going on. So that kind of reminds me of Team America a little bit. Little Team America vibes going on. Okay. And he's like, I can't sleep. And I'm like, you could whatever, man. This is like my driveway. People have been stealing stuff in the neighborhood. Like, I know it's not you. Not accusing you, but you need to go. And so he like fucking drives away. I'm like, that's fucking bizarre, right? So then last night, this is where it gets spooky, but it's not really spooky. But you know, like it's hot, so I have like the ceiling fan on, right? You ever have like the ceiling fan on and it feels like a ghost is like touching like the little body hairs that you got, and you're like, you think, okay, well, I'm maybe a haunted, maybe the whole neighborhood's haunted.
Yeah, it's possible. I believe that more than this is real. But okay.
No, but I like wake up. Because I think like maybe, you know, I'm about to get that Ghostbusters Ray Stans fucking promise that was promised me all those years ago. But I'm like, nope. I'm like, I think it's probably a mosquito. I'm looking for the mosquito, can't find it. So then I hear fucking like scraping on my window. And I fucking open the thing, dude. There's a little Asian man looking back at me. He's like, hey. I'm like, what the fuck? So I go out there, and then he's like, there's somebody in your backyard. I'm like, what? He's like, there's somebody in your backyard. So I fucking I have like my front door is locked. You know, I have like this a screen. It's like a locked sliding, not a sliding, that's like a metal door. So I could talk to him. So I fucking run in the backyard. There's nobody back there. I come back out to it. And then he says, there's kids jumping the fence. And that they're shaking his bed. And that the vibrations are shaking his bed. And all this shit. And I'm just like, that's when I start to go, okay, this is getting like a little bit strange. And yesterday I had found near the pool a huge piece of concrete. And we were just like, where the fuck did this come from? And then the old man starts to admit that he was like throwing rocks into my backyard and oranges. On a side note, that's probably totally unrelated, but I'll say it anyway, because why not? I found a fucking decapitated rat in the pool. But which I assumed might have been like a hawk that had got a rat off of like the telephone wires, and then the carcass fell and it took the head. But also very strange. But hey, I'm like, okay. So yeah, so it was so I tell him, dude, there's
you're trying to get the Skinwalker Ranch people, Bob Bigelow, to show up at your house.
Yeah, maybe, dude, maybe there are. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, there's fucking UFOs right here. So, anyways, dude, I'm just saying, dude.
Jacques Vallée's like, it is part supernatural.
Well,
right? Like,
one day I looked out the window and I saw a werewolf in a trench coat, slow jacking a red dog dick. So, I mean,
hey, man, don't say spoilers for Werewolf by Night, bro. Spoilers.
But anyways, yeah. So eventually, just tell him like, hey, man, like you got to go. There's nothing back there. Yeah, dude. If you hear the vibrations, maybe call the fire department or the police. You know, that's what I said. So I was like, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully, that was the end of it. But that's why I'm a little tired. I think I look a little tired.
Well,
because you know what, I am.
When I was 13, Jason, I hit 6 foot tall.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, when I was 12, I hit 6 foot tall, but then I turned 13. So my
Yeah.
dad was like, I'm putting you to work on a school night. And, you know, he owned his own security company. So my first job was down at Belmont Park. Across from Belmont Park in San Diego, there's like this little like cove across the street from it, right? Like a little lagoonish area. And they had these party setups for, I think the company was called Party People at the time, but it was like corporate parties, right? And so they would set up all these booths, and they'd have, you know, the big tall bottles of like soda and shit, the metal things, and you got to watch over this, right? So I'm sitting there watching over. It's like 2 a.m. and this dude comes up to me, obviously homeless, and he goes, "Hey man, I'm looking for work." And I'm like, there's no work here. I'm 13, right? And he goes, well, you know, I killed Jesus Christ, you know, like, and the war broke out, and like, I'm looking for work. I'm like, bro, I'm alone. You know, I had like a mag light. That's the best I got, you know? Like, I mean, I was like,
do a lot with the mag light though. That's almost a lightsaber.
there's work down the street, man. You gotta go over there to Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box. Oh, Jack in the yeah, they got work there. And man, Jason, like,
Yeah, yeah.
I feel you. Mental health is it's trouble.
Yeah, yeah. I know that's.
We need
Yeah,
better services.
I was like, what if there were some kids fucking with the guy, or what if it's like Alzheimer's setting in or something like that? So
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
sure.
I mean, if you call the cops, they might kill him. So it's a weird bind to be in. You're like I don't want to. I mean, the guy doesn't deserve to die. He just needs some help. Like, who are you gonna call? Like,
Yeah, right.
yeah. I don't know, man.
But I think I found the guy from your story, by the way. I saw this on Reddit today. Florida man arrested for having sex with stuffed Olaf at Target. So looks like he had a pretty good time.
I love the Olaf.
Look at Olaf. Also,
my God, that's the look on my face when I find out there's going to be sex tonight. You know what I mean? Like,
Florida man was arrested Tuesday after being caught having it says have sex with a stuffed animal inside Target. Good article, but
I'm guessing it had nothing to do with the transgender bathroom.
No, definitely not.
Right, yeah. They were so worried about that, Jason. You know what I mean?
Important stuff.
Assholes.
Important
fucking
stuff.
Assholes. Yeah.
Okay, wait. Oh, wait. Okay. So yesterday, or no, this was the day before yesterday, I want to say something like that. Last time I talked to Bespin Bolton, remember I had done some preliminary digging, if you will. Started doing some data work
in your nose.
in my nose, in my butt.
Oh,
yeah, in butt. And well, no, I started getting I was curious. Generally, I was like, how is Willow doing? Because I heard good things on the floor about Willow at D23, but that's D23. It's kind of in a vacuum. And I'm like, I care about Willow, but really it seems like most people don't seem to. But once again, you live in a vacuum. You have this confirmation bias on the internet of the, I follow Star Wars fandom, not a Willow fandom. There's not really a big one.
Jason, I live in a Roomba.
Yeah, live in a Roomba.
Get it right.
Which is also a B2 EMO. But anyway, so what we did was I did the preliminary stuff, and then Bespin went and added some more to it and did the math for me. I was like, thanks, Bespin. So if the math's wrong, it's all Bespin. But
it's all a metric, bastard.
Well, so what he did was like the Andor trailer. You take the Twitter, the Instagram, the YouTube, 4.3 million views on the last Andor trailer, the one that came out, and then but the latest Willow one actually got 4.6 million. And now the last Andor trailer was super weak though, full of footage that we'd already seen and stuff like that. It wasn't going to get a lot of coverage, but I think it's actually a pretty good sign that Willow is going to do mid numbers, and will probably get a second season. And then
the numbers don't matter, Jason.
Numbers don't matter.
I hate to break it to you. It's subscribers.
Oh no!
I wish the numbers matter. Will Willow generate new subscribers?
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. That's all. I don't agree with this.
Oh yeah, no, right? No, I know that.
I don't agree with this idea because there's only so many new people. So if you got $1 billion coming in every month, I mean, it's pretty good. That's bankable income. Just keep them happy, keep it rolling. But they're like, no, gotta have 3 billion. Fucking assholes.
I do like to think that if there is a part of it that is reasonable, that goes, oh, when the Mandalorian's getting 11.6 million views, we should keep making that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's getting subscribers for the Mandalorian. The way they generate that metric is by. I was talking to my buddy about this, man, and he goes, yeah, they generate that metric by when a new subscriber fucking logs in, what's the first thing they watch? And they go, well, that's why they signed up, which is total bullshit.
Yeah.
Because, when they announced the Daredevil series, those 4 series that were being made at Netflix, they announced they had a whole big, in 2013, they had we're shooting in New York. We signed a deal with the city of New York. And I'm like, oh shit, I immediately signed up for Netflix. Mm-hmm. And there wasn't nothing on there I cared to watch, I canceled my Netflix back when it was a DVD service.
Yeah.
So
But also, Netflix is hilariously mismanaged. Famously, at this moment, is going to end up being in textbooks on how not to run a corporation, right?
I wish they would just let you I wish you could just write in, here's why I fucking signed up. You know what I mean?
But then that HBO
Like,
guy
at
is like,
least-
hold my beer. I want that job. And what was that?
Right.
What was that one service? It sounded like Tubi, but it wasn't Tubi. The one with
Quibi.
what was it? Quibi. Quibi's
Quibi.
like, thank God you guys are all fucking stupid too. Thank God you
Well-
guys are as stupid as Quibi. but anyways, we could kind of start to take away, where is this sitting in terms of general interest?
Hold on. Someone
General
say
interest is in your
Quibi.
character.
Someone say Quibi. I love Quibi. It's short. It's hard. You know what I mean? This is get it done. That's how we gonna shoot Tales of Jedi, like Quibi. It's gonna
It's a
be
real
8 minutes
rodeo.
long. Big saga, and they don't have to put no effort into it or nothing, Jason. It's gonna be great.
Right.
Using old models and stuff. It's the best. Textures. It ain't even 4K, Jason. It's the best. They love it.
Right.
Quibi.
Yeah. People, Filoni thinks
Qui-Gon
4K is for
Quibi.
kids. just don't even engage with him about it. It's too difficult. But Andor trailer's
You
latest.
know, Filoni thinks 4K is what he scored on his SAT. So let's just be honest. He doesn't really know what he's talking about.
But Andor and Willow basically at D23 sort of, and Willow kind of had prime real estate in that presentation at D23, but they kind of really, when we get down to it, sort of come out basically being tied, and that's with a weak Andor showing, so to speak. You know, the trailer was weak, but then you look at Mando, 11.6 million, also has a lot going for it. Strangely low YouTube numbers on compared to like Twitter, where, and you could tell because of D23, it was getting retweeted by journalists who were going to write about it, who were then going to feed back into the YouTube metric, so to speak, to those
Well,
numbers.
they may have gotten more views if they put a black elf in there just to enrage the Joe Rogan crowd, you know, and
Right.
watching it over and over again, but they didn't. So.
But look at Secret Invasion, 30.2 million. That, and I feel like Secret Invasion was the real winner of those in terms
If
of
I
that
have
day.
I only have one complaint about Marvel,
Mhm.
and I get anything you're seeing now is a decision they made at least 2 years ago,
Mhm.
right? They're not like, oh, people are saying it's got to make this now. It's a 2 year. It's like animation. It's a 2 to 4 year.
Wait, are you
decision they
telling
make.
me that everything that Andor's doing in this series isn't completely reactionary to my tweets about Kenobi?
Right. I wish it was. You know, I wish we had that kind of power. I'd abuse it. So, but like, I imagine 2 to 3 years ago, they were like, hey, we just did this like drama heavy saga over a period of a couple years, you know, let's give the fun. Let's make everything fun. But there is a core audience of Marvel folk that like their Civil War, Winter Soldier vibe, right?
Stop
That's
the
the vibe.
steal. I'm with you, buddy.
They
Let's
like
go.
that.
Where's that capital at? Yeah, no, me too. Me too.
You know? And they need to keep it in rotation, that vibe. They don't need to overdo it.
Yeah.
They need to keep it in rotation, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Winter Soldier is probably my favorite Marvel film, and then I go Thor Ragnarok. Like I just go like let's go crazy or let's go fucking super serious. I kind of not a big fan of the Marvel stuff in the middle. I like the really unique stuff. But yeah, that one right there, that was the only thing in it where I was Secret Invasion where I was like, I gotta see it. Like I really want to see this one. And also it has Samuel L. Jackson.
We know behind the scenes why now, don't we, Jason?
Samuel L. Jackson.
We know.
Werewolf
we know
by Night
Snakes on a Plane
gets about a second place here with like a 15.3 million. And I could see all of the like fake Disney goth kids were just like creaming their pants over that one. Look at National Treasure.
Love it.
National Treasure can't get arrested. Without Nicolas Cage, no one gives a fuck. I don't think he was in that. Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
Also.
Well, again, that is one of those things where like the show could end up being better. Like if you remember,
Sure.
Like
It's possible.
I can't. Like I'm trying to bring up an example. Like it's like Witcher or something like where you're like, that's not my thing. No one cares, and then it ends up doing pretty well. So
Yeah.
Don't know.
But basically in terms of I do know, regardless of the subscriber thing, engagement is very, very big for them, and something that the corporation does actually look at with what they can do, because engagement comes into products and all kinds of things.
But
that
YouTube
they can
engagement is weird. It's just I just don't believe a lot. Like I'm not saying I don't believe it. Like I don't believe in vaccines, right? I do. But I gotta be careful about word shit. But like, I don't want to call out certain Santas, not our Santa, but other Santas.
Those ones all died, so fortunately,
all dead anyway.
They got decimated.
But those views can be skewed because they're hey man, I love views skew. Unfortunately, they do sick the bots on shit. Like there's 1 million dislikes on the Little Mermaid trailer. Like, what are you supposed to glean from that engagement? It's ridiculous.
I looked at that for about 10 minutes, and I was like, a fucking show, a story about somebody leaving their race for another race because love is the most important thing, and these people are mad about race. It makes no sense. They completely missed the whole point of the whole fucking story from the first place. No, the point is that she has red hair and she comes here with the fork and she's fucking stupid. It's like, you guys are crazy. You're fucking crazy.
Bro, they worship a guy who has orange skin. What do you want me to do about
it? The little Trump.
Trump, I mean, but just right here, not back here, not back here, not down there, not here, not there, not anywhere, just right fucking here.
Like he's
that's natural.
Like he just fucking put his face in between the butt cheeks of Ronald McDonald, just went on the inside.
Let's be honest. I'd go down on the Cheeto Chester, the Cheeto
Chester, just the Cheeto.
Yeah, the Chester, the Cheeto, whatever that fucking. You remember? It's a '90s thing, folks. If you weren't there, I can't help you.
All right. So anyway, so that was just a little bit of like let's just look at it through the actual numbers. And like I said, that last Andor thing was super weak. They didn't do it any favors, clearly. Mando owned it. Mando owned the Star Wars thing, the Lucasfilm
Mando
thing.
Be the best.
And
that's
then
how it works.
Yeah, Willow came in a good second there. I mean, they didn't release the Indiana Jones thing. That clearly would have been number one. But
bigger than a paperclip.
But I'm positive. I mean, I'm hopeful about Willow, and but clearly Lucasfilm needs to start getting into some fucking Marvel numbers there. It's time. Okay, and then we'll talk about that.
We're missing a big. Hold on, Jason. I gotta set this up right because I gotta go into this. Ready? Rob's wrong. Rob's wrong. He's full of shit. He didn't know better, except this time because he's right. Oh, see, you had a guitar. I set you up. You didn't even do it.
I had to get it.
I know I'm mostly wrong. I'm 99.9999% wrong on the show. But this time, I'm objectively right. There's no way to get around this. You can go back. You can watch the tape. If you remember, I see what you're doing. You'll work that out. Whiteboard it.
We're workshopping with the chat right now. We're trying to figure it out.
Put it on the board. So, months ago, Paramount stated we're making Star Trek 4 on December 23rd, 2023. Right? And I came on the show and I was like, that is proof Rogue Squadron's canceled. And not because it's very simple, folks. Movie studios fight for release dates. Okay?
This guy does not want to wait and does not want to stay in his lane. We're about to go there, but go ahead.
No, I got to do this now. I got to Rob's playing this team.
He's fucking big. He's got that fucking Terminator like vision on. RoboCop's OCP objectives are going on over his vision.
Well, I only do the show for an hour now, Jason, so we got to get this through now before you do whatever you want to do. But and I got a lot of pushback from the fans. You know, like Meg, Spreezy was like, nah, man, I don't like. I'm telling you now, right?
Make
They
Zero?
fight over release dates for years, and so when you see a movie move out of a spot, it's really just through gross incompetence. Like when Aquaman's like, we'll put our underwater guy against the other underwater movie. Has nothing to do about which one's a better film, which one you want to see. It just has to do
Right.
with what is the demographic we're hitting, what is the feel and tempo of this film, and if it's two of the exact same thing, they stay out of the way of each other. Sure, only for monetary. They don't want to. Do I take my kid to see this underwater movie or that underwater movie? You know, like
Dante
they don't.
speak, bitch.
The average people are. We'll face it. I'm an average person. We're all kind of stupid. So like, I just go, huh.
Oh, God, I'm really stupid.
So you just when they were like, we're putting a
Well,
Star
Tracy.
Trek movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we're putting a Star Trek movie right there, I'm like, I guarantee you this movie's canceled, and it's not going to be replaced with another Star Wars movie in this slot. It's just not.
Rob,
Paramount's
can we make
never
Star
going to
Trek?
put.
Can we make Star Trek? Like, can we do that? Can we just get rich off of Star Trek? Is anything
No,
stopping us?
they own that one too.
Oh.
After Star Balls, they learned their lesson. So, so this is really simple. Like
Yeah.
Star Trek is never going to go up against Star Wars. What you would put up against Star Wars is something that is counter programming, like a La La Land, or you know,
Yeah.
like
George Lucas
fucking-
explained it
even
back in the day. He said that when he puts out a Star Wars movie, everybody profits because of overflow. So that's why you
Correct.
release like a musical next against the Phantom Menace, because the date who doesn't want to see Jar Jar Binks is going to go see that La La Land kind of movie. Yeah.
or my kids want to see Star Wars. I don't want to see that shit, so I'm gonna go in and see this other fucking.
My kid's a huge
You know-
fucking pussy, can't handle Darth Maul. I made bad parenting choices and I want to disown my kid. So I'm going to let him go see this other La La Land movie and I'm going to go see Phantom Menace.
But if your kid wanted to go see an underwater movie,
Yeah.
chances are the pops don't want to see the other one. He wants to see something totally different.
Yeah.
So they got to move out the way. You know, they put the rock in there. They're like, that's different. It's different
Yeah.
enough. So,
Right.
and they
Yeah.
confirmed.
Oh, they also
They
explained it around the time of Attack of the Clones, where he actually went in deeper on it when people were asking about what he said during the Phantom Menace time. And then he was like, yeah, basically like you're going to have families who go, but the mom doesn't want to see it. So they're going to release a movie in another theater that the mom wants to see, that she's going to see while they're watching my Star Wars movie. And that's how it works. You don't, I mean, I would be fine with going to the theater twice in a day. That'd be a great day for me, but that's not really a great day for most people. Most consumers don't work that way. And when you have like a family of 4 or 5, like they can't afford to go twice on a Friday or whatever. So yeah. It's
So it's canceled.
self-cannibalizing. Yeah.
Here's the crazy part to me though, right? Just for me, it's like, generally speaking, man, like when they announced this movie, I'm like, okay, I get maybe they want more of a roller coaster ride kind of film, right? That's their thinking on this one. So we'll just put you in a spaceship and we'll be flying around. That's like just like when you talk to producers, that's what they think. They don't go, oh, what's the lore? Oh, what's the timeline? They don't care about any of that shit, you know? They just don't. But given the success of Top Gun Maverick, I'm like, now's the time. If anybody could be like, we can make a jet fighter fucking film that's 80s nostalgia, right? What's the second most recognizable jet
Rob,
from the 80s?
hear me out, Rob. Maybe you don't want to go
X-Wing-
up against that. Maybe you
You're
don't
not
want the
going up
comparison.
against.
You know what I'm saying though?
Well,
Like-
then they
like-
just.
yeah, it's a hard one to.
But it's
deliver
Star
on.
Wars.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's so you're not. You are and aren't, right? So
Michael aren't. You aren't.
I don't know. Like it's just weird because like I fear their first film is gonna be dudes on a desert planet, and I just
Dude, where's my
I'm
desert?
so scared of that, bro.
Yeah.
So
Well,
scared of that idea. man.
Andor's not that. Maybe they're moving away from it. I don't know. But it says the studio also officially removed Star Wars film. This is from Hollywood Reporter, the Heat Vision article. The studio also officially removed the Star Wars film Rogue Squadron from the calendar. That project from director Patty Jenkins was slated for December 22nd, 2023, and was to be the first Star Wars movie following 2019's The Rise of Skywalker. However, removing it from the calendar was not a surprise. It wasn't at D23, which was our big tip-off. As THR reported in November 2021 that Jenkins was putting the film on the back burner and that it was not going to go into production in 2022 as planned. Rogue Squadron was unveiled at Investor Day in late 2020, with Jenkins stating she hoped to make the greatest fighter pilot movie ever made. It's unclear if Jenkins and Disney will return to the film at a future date. Disney still has 2 untitled Star Wars films on its calendar, December 19th, 2025, and December 17th, 2027. It also has a number of Star Wars films in development, including one by director Taika Waititi, which the one by Taika was the December 19th, 2025 movie, by the way. While there is no word on a date for that film, the studio did date different Waititi. The studio did date a different Waititi film, setting his Searchlight soccer drama Next Goal Wins for April 21st, 2023. Since Rise of Skywalker in 2019, Star Wars has lived on Disney Plus, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's probably fucking dead on a bed.
If it ever comes back, it will appear on Disney Plus.
Or
which, by the way, I suspect is the better idea, just given that the volume is really good. They'd have to put more animation into it because of the battles, right? But
yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if visual effects heavy things are gonna make their way to the Disney Plus stuff. I feel like if it's supposed to be a visual effects spectacle, that's something for the theater, and I think that's what they were going for. That's why I think it wasn't on Disney Plus, because you're not wrong. I still think even if the movie did happen, a Rogue Squadron Disney Plus series would probably be in the cards following it for the dramatic elements of it. You know what I mean? Of the pilot to pilot drama and shit like that. But I mean, if you're going to do that, like, it needs to be, if they're going to ever do it, it needs to really be something like visually, like I've never seen before. You know, they need to get a little baby James Cameron on it. And
no, what they need to do, Jason, is they need to get the Japanese anime studios to do all their boards and animate the storyboards and their temp animation, you know?
Yeah.
Because they will conjure up visuals that I'm sorry, but storyboard artists in Orange County won't conjure up.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a ton of groupthink in LA, man. I mean, you've experienced it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so they'll give you all these rules about design and blah 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 blah, and then fucking you go watch a Dragon Ball Z movie. It's none of that shit's there. It's just a group mentality.
That's where I'm coming at it from. Like when you think of it, like when we say though, like it should be a Disney Plus series, we're thinking of it like, oh, what's wrong with Jadson? He's really been over there drinking. Oh man, Jadson's wife left him. Oh my god, that's not what I'm really gonna go to a theater to see a Rogue Squadron movie. I'm like imagining like a fucking X-wing flying like over a fucking planet, and I'm seeing like it from like the wings, like yes. and and the atmospheric shit that's going on, and it's pulling fucking G-force moves and shit. I'm like, I've never like followed a shot this long since the opening of Revenge of the Sith. You know what I mean? And like they're just not gonna do it on Disney Plus. So I'm like, if you're gonna like that kind of shit. So I'm like, yeah, it needs to be one or the other. Either it's just the classical dumb Star Wars. And I say dumb, I mean I love that stuff, but it's just like, oh, here's one shot, here's another shot, and put it on Disney Plus. But if you're gonna fucking do a movie, then that movie needs to be like next level. And I'm not against Patty Jenkins. I'm still like, hey, Patty, you gonna do it? I'll see what you're doing. But I also am not in love with anything that Patty Jenkins has done. I've never like seen something she's done and been like, give her a Star Wars today. You know what I mean? Like she's amazing. I can't wait to see what she does with it. I'm like, okay, let's see, maybe. But yeah. So I don't think that shit's gonna be on the fucking docket for a long time. I think by the time whatever that second Star Wars film was supposed to be will probably end up the one after Taika's that they haven't announced. That's probably going to be the one we get in 2027 still. You would think.
Right, and the asshole in me just goes, well, it should just be Mando, the Mando fucking movie. Like this is so ridiculous. So dumb. They're gonna blow. They've blown. Like the window to get this done is this season 3 window. You know, like that Mando movie should be the one coming out next year, whether it's in December.
That's never. Yeah,
and it's just and they've missed this window. Who fucking gets how many people, Jason, get a Cabbage Patch Kids, Tickle Me Elmo fucking moment? You know, like
Yeah.
nobody ran to the store to get plush Yodas when we were kids, bro.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
they somehow managed to turn Yoda into a fucking Beanie Baby moment, and they've blown the real financial windfall of that. Like, and that's
I think by the time they get a movie out, that shit's passed anyway. I think that ship sailed.
it wouldn't be now, but the tail end of it,
Mhm.
right? Right, it should have already come out, but like the tail end of it is this season 3. Now it's like,
Yeah.
you know, and reuniting him with his dad, it's just like all that shit should have happened in the movie. It's so fucking dumb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whatever.
So so
But
let's
I'm
talk about
critical. I'm the imagination killer.
very baby. Let's talk about the very very minor Andor spoiler, and that's like the title of the show. 36 minutes.
Oh
in.
yeah.
So one of the things somebody told me, like everything that happens in it, you know, and I talked to a couple different people about it, but basically at when Andor has like flashbacks, right? It does do the flashbacky thing. But he ends up you end up learning that he was on Mimban I think around age 16 as a cook. And that's the planet that Han Solo gets sent to, where he meets the crew and where Han Solo defects. Yeah, he's in that place. And I was like thinking about like the age, and if he's around 16, 17 years old, I think that kind of lines up with being there at the same time as Han Solo. And so that's kind of neat, and it makes for a potentially like Andor could know Han Solo. There's like something that they could do. You know, obviously it doesn't end up being like they go on crazy adventures. You know what I mean? Because considering that they're both fucking Imperials at the time. But yeah, but it's like it's like I thought that was like interesting, and I thought it was a fun thing to talk about to some extent with the chat, especially because I think people are going to watch it and not do the math, not understand it. You know what I mean? Like most people shouldn't put that together, but
you know, I'm not a cameo, like watch a show for a cameo, but that would be the place to wheel out their Harrison Ford deep fake.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they wheel it out and just put him in the background somewhere.
Yeah, no,
so you can link it, and everyone, and then at the end of the episode, would you like to watch Solo? And you just direct people back to watching that shit. You know,
right?
But
yeah,
whatever.
And then there were people talking about like this like comic book cameo or whatever. Nobody mentioned that. No, nobody mentioned that. So I don't know if that's even like if it even, for all I know, if fucking like a you know an actor in the background was Asian with a flight cap on, and they're like, it's the girl from the comic book I saw. You know, it might, and it's just not. I have no idea though. I obviously haven't seen it. So, but yeah, but that's the thing about it is from the reviews that I heard last night, like I said, from people who saw it, was basically not a lot happens. It's not really plot heavy. Like there's like a lot of drama, a lot of stuff that goes down, but like you try to like just like lay it out, like, you know, it's not like, you know, and then the Inquisitors show up and then that chases Kenobi to here. It's not like that. It's not as, it's more like
good.
Character.
Good to hear it.
No, okay. I'm trying to say, like, I'm trying to talk about structure, not, but I mean, so people will get confused by that. But it's just going to be like, you know, characters dealing with stuff. Oh, and remember the guy who we joked about, the Pilates instructor?
Yeah.
That's Mon Mothma's husband. The Pilates instructor. The guy with the ponytail.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. So Mon Mothma, she was fucking. but yeah. And then so anyways, yeah. So I think though that like opens up like an interesting thing for like in a book or in the comic books or something like that. That's actually like kind of fun, is the idea that you have like, you know, this Mimban war and like these two guys that are both going to go off to essentially blow up the Death Star. And they're both there. They're both being squeezed out of there, about, you know what I mean, in their own ways, and pushed into rebellion because of what they're doing in that war, you know. And it's like,
what does that sound like?
Yeah, sounds familiar.
Sounds
But
familiar.
yeah.
Dare I say a little political?
A little political. But there's like stuff that I really like about it. It sounds like it's going to be cool, and we're just a few days away, so we won't get into all of the little spoilery stuff,
Just a few days away.
So thank you, Arya, for sending me this. The Acolyte, Russian doll actor Charlie Barnett, in talks to join latest Star Wars series.
Kid from Willy Wonka?
This guy.
Oh, not the kid. Okay, all right. Oh. The other Charlie. My bad.
Or Charlie Brewster from Fright Night.
Brewster's Millions.
Charlie Barnett is going from time loops to lightsabers. The actor, best known for starring opposite Natasha Lyonne in buzzy Netflix series Russian Doll, is in final negotiations to join the cast of the latest Star Wars series Acolyte. If the deal makes, Barnett will be reunited with the co-creator of Russian Doll, Leslie Headland, who is showrunning, writing, and directing the Star Wars series. Plot details are being kept sheathed. Okay. But it is known that the series takes place in the final days of the High Republic, golden age of the Jedis. Jedis isn't plural. Or it doesn't have the little S. In Star Wars parlance, Jedis, there it is again, have apprentices, while the Siths, God damn it, their dark side opposites have acolytes. Amandla Stenberg is toplining
Mises.
What the fuck is going on in this article right now?
Jason, I hate to say this, but you get what you pay for. That's all I gotta say.
Fair enough. I mean, I've read some crazy shit too. It
explains my career.
We're not revealed, blah blah blah. Yeah, so it looks like most likely if it's in the trades, either he almost had it and didn't get it, or he already has it. But considering the fact that he's worked with Headland before, he probably already has it. She probably already knew she wanted this person, and it's probably just negotiations. So
yeah, if you were running the show, you didn't cast Max in a role, she'd kill you.
Right?
So, you get out and she's got her car set up like the Batman.
Oh, shit.
You're like, I didn't know her to Uber. Oh shit! And you like run like the Penguin. She's chasing you down.
Where is Max? I haven't seen Max.
Ever since Uber got hacked, she's been stuck and trapped in her car.
Did she hack it? Was it Max who hacked it?
Oh, I don't think Max is capable of that maneuver. Like, she seems lost on some very
I don't know. I think
stuff.
I think it's an act. But
I don't know about that. But I do believe her being trapped in an Uber. They should just remake Speed with someone trapped in an Uber car.
With Max?
Right? Uber Speed. Yeah, with Max. Uber Speed.
All right. So IGN posted this Andor exclusive Rogue One recap trailer with Felicity Jones. New shots. Andor. Oh my god, this is the old dumb Star Wars. I already saw this.
I have placed information vital to the survival of the rebellion into the memory systems of this R2 unit.
Larry?
Use the Force,
Even as a ghost, I'm incontinent. Sorry. I faltered.
Spies.
Like us.
Saboteurs. Assassins.
Little bitches.
Everything I did for the rebellion.
An Imperial pilot. He's telling people they're making a weapon. What kind of weapon? A planet killer!
We call it the Death Star. And the day is coming.
It's metal as fuck, though. Calling it that.
The pilot says he was sent by your father.
It appears he is critical to the development of this super weapon.
I've placed a weakness deep within the system. The reactor module. That's the place I've laid my trap.
We need to stop this weapon before it is finished. War is inevitable.
Make 10 men feel like 100.
Saying it looks more like an episode 9 than episode 9, Jason.
Death Star plans are down there. We'll find a way to find them. Here we go!
Fire! Commence primary ignition. Stand by. Save the rebellion! Transmission received. Save the dream!
You're all
It
fucked
was
now.
that I believed in.
Just like the very end shot in this is pretty rad.
The Empire has been choking us.
I found someone I think can help.
This Wednesday
Cassian Andor.
comes the next Star Wars event
How do you know about me?
you won't want to miss.
Time has come to force their hand.
At what cost?
Everything!
Look at that! Look at that!
$2 a month.
Star Wars Andor 3-episode premiere.
And IGN, why did you do that to us?
They cock blocked you.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Star Wars Andor 3-episode premiere.
But anyways,
See,
look,
if this were a
look at
90s
show.
show, when she's Jason, if this were a 90s series, when she says at what cost, then they would give you the Disney subscription. Only $9.99 a month. Oh, then
Yeah.
they'd cut into, I have a good feeling about this, like and Anthony Daniels like one voiceover.
Yeah,
I have a good feeling about this. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, it's always laggy for you. I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, we don't get copyright striked. I guess that's a good part, maybe. But all right, here's the dad joke, the Mike Porter dad joke of the day I wrote while watching that just now. What did the partisans have for dessert? Pies. Huh? Come on. No, okay.
Pies like us. Pies.
That's gonna be our store. That's what we're gonna open. Pies like us.
Pies like us. Yeah.
Yeah. And anyways, yeah, so I guess that's most of the news for the day. I think we did it. I mean, we had spooky stuff. We had guys fucking Olaf. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the show.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, we got a review from
I like a short
Ahsoka.
show.
Everyone's really great at making Star Wars.
Thank you, Ahsoka. It means a lot.
I feel like one day you're gonna pull that move on Max, and she's gonna be like, "Why did you do that to me?"
2 pies in a pod.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Every day, more pies.
Ho pies. Remember? You remember? I'm gonna get you, sucker. Oh, Ho pies was Ho cakes. That was Robert Townsend's movie. Ho cakes.
All right. Wait, just some. Boris
Hollywood Shuffle.
Kit. Orlando Bloom joins David Harbour in Gran Turismo. Russian doll actor Charlie Barnett in talks to join Star Wars series The Acolyte with Leslie Headland. Okay, so we got more of that, and then we got. Oh yeah, and then Arya sent some photos from the thing last night, but that's okay. That shit's all spectacle. We don't care about spectacle. We care about tentacle.
Substance.
We care about Borgullet. But anyways, I'll be back
you eat enough pizza, you get a boar gullet. You drink enough a beer gullet.
Beer gullet. If anything else happens, any news breaks or whatever, I'll jump back on, cover it. I'll send Rob the invite. He'll deny it, but I'll do it. And if otherwise, we'll see you guys Monday on, I guess, what is Monday? It comes out Wednesday, right? So Tuesday night is when we watch it. If you stay up, I'm gonna stay up.
I'm not staying up. I'm done with that.
You pussy. You fucking pussy.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
done with that maneuver.
You said you were done with it because it wasn't good, but then this one's gonna be good, and you're gonna be all, I'm sleepy.
I'm done with it permanently. Like I'll do anything for the show, but I won't do that.
Oh, fucking you Meatloaf does? Fuck, I gotta go. I gotta go.
It's the end of the show. Come on, let's go. Hey! It's the end of the show. Come on, let's go. Hey! It's the end of the show. Come on, let's go. Hey! You know you should go. Come on, let's go.
It's not about spaceships.